2, 1.
Hey!
Hello and welcome. Welcome to CPR's Clubhouse Live. We started on time, no glitches. My name is CPR Jose Ortiz, and we got our special guest this week. We got the Dreamgirl Cynthia, along with GA George Anthony. So it's GA and DG, Dreamgirl Cynthia. I thought of that myself. Yes. I'm glad that you guys are here joining us live on Facebook Live, and we have a lot of questions to ask you. We have some information to go through, but the first thing I want to talk about is congratulations, GA George Anthony, DG, Dreamgirl Cynthia. You are number 1 on CPR's Freestyle Countdown. You know, the only countdown that matters.
Only countdown.
Yeah, I jumped up when you said that. But how do you feel that the fans have taken to this duet?
Oh, I'm excited, and I'm more excited for GA because, you know, I truly feel that this is, you know, his song, his baby, and I was truly honored to be a part of it and to see how his fans and our fans have embraced the song. It's just been amazing. So I've always told them, I say, thank you, GA, for allowing me to be on this song with you. I've loved this song since I first heard it. And I'm happy that we're number 1. We are number 1.
Well, George Anthony, yes, you're having, I guess you're used to it, right? Because you've been number 1 on my show various times. But how does it feel to be on the countdown at number 1 with someone like the Dreamgirl Cynthia?
Just like her name says, you know, it's like a dream come true. You know, I was, first of all, I didn't expect her to say yes. You know what I mean? They always say, it doesn't hurt to ask, right? So I asked, or she could have just said no, you know what I mean? But she said, it's a no-brainer, let's do it. And that's all I needed to hear. I was like, Jay Allen got to get to work. And hence, fast forward a month later, she came down, we got it done.
Now, Cynthia, why did you say yes to singing along with George Anthony's track?
It's because I love the song. I think it's a slamming track to begin with. That's number 1. Number 2, I've never had the opportunity to work with George Anthony. And we've done, you know, several shows together. We've been in the industry for a very long time. We've just never had the opportunity of working together. So like I said, that was a no-brainer. The moment he came up with this idea, I said, absolutely, I definitely want to be a part of it. And I can only imagine and think about, you know, when this entire COVID thing is hopefully over and we start to get to, you know, to perform the song. I'm just waiting to perform the song on stage with him and just make it happen and bring it to life. So that was my, you know, true passion for the song and doing it.
That's awesome, because that was actually one of the questions that one of the members of the CPR's Clubhouse Live audience is watching and asked, are you guys planning to do this song together? And I'm thinking, what a better place to do it than here in Springfield, Massachusetts, the home of GA, right? So the home away from home for GA. But, and you know, Cynthia, you've been here before this COVID thing. You were here with us. And we'll talk more about that briefly. But I'm truly happy on the results of the project, George Anthony featuring Cynthia. George, I'm going to hand it over to you. And this must be a dream, quote unquote, come true.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, Cynthia used to come to my house in Jersey City when Jay Allen's had the studio in the basement. So I would see her work, you know what I'm saying? But I just never had the balls to ask her, hey, let's work on the track. I think timing is everything. At that time, it wasn't the time. So I just felt like I needed to put out my album. I needed to put out some more track and prove myself. And when I saw Cynthia endorsing my album, the 2015 album, I said, okay, they're paying attention. So now just let me keep doing some good music, and you know, and that's it. I wanted them to, you know, open their eyes to new freestyle, and Cynthia and George Lamont, you know, they noticed what I was doing, and I had the pleasure and honor of doing songs with both of them.
It's a great thing to see generations cross and be together and collaborate together. No egos, just people know where their place is on the totem pole, and they just work together to get it done for the betterment of our music. And that's what I've seen with the projects that you've collaborated with people on, George Anthony. You and George Lamond had a great song, a song that we had to retire from our countdown because every time that we put it on a poll, people would vote it in as number one, and it got to a point where it's like, oh man, is it even fair anymore, right? Mm-hmm. And now it appears that it's going to happen as well with Cynthia. But I like to see that. I like to see collaborations between generations, and I like to see the collaborations between the community as well. Cynthia, we had an opportunity to have you here in Massachusetts before COVID hit. How has it been for you in the last 6 to 7 months with this COVID thing?
I mean, it's been pretty, it's just a very strange time that we're living in right now. So you think about all the people that have been impacted with COVID. So whether you have a friend, family member like I've had, that has gone through, having COVID, it's just been very difficult dealing with it family-wise. Work-wise, I mean, listen, we're all have been taken away from the place that we only know best, and that's us performing on stage and performing for our fans, and we haven't done that in months, and it's been very hard. But unfortunately, these are the times that we're currently living in. We just want to make sure that everyone is safe, doing the right thing, so that way hopefully in 2021 we can get back to some sort of sense of normalcy. But in the meantime, things have started to somewhat lighten up. And I have had I've been able to perform in certain areas in Chicago. I've been performing. I just did the drive-in, and I'm sorry, my dog is barking. I just
not the only one that's barking. It must be a Dreamgirl Cynthia thing. There's a lot of dogs barking right now on social media. A lot of men watching you right now. But I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. I mean, we did the drive-in in Adventureland, which was a great experience, and everyone really adhered to the whole social distancing thing. So, all we can hope for is the best, and we hope that 2021 will get back to doing what we truly love to do.
Now, you did a concert a few months ago, and there was a rumor that you were part of a show that had COVID-19. And
yes.
that was I believe, I don't know if it was Chicago or in that area, but what was your response to that? Were you practicing social distancing? Did you get tested?
Yeah, so actually that was in Chicago, and then a couple of weeks after I went to Indiana and the same thing happened. So, in all honesty, I hate getting in the middle of politics between promoters and stuff like that, but I truly think that's exactly what it was. People, the first club, it was pretty packed. I'm not going to say that it wasn't packed, but you know what? I walked in with my mask. I stayed backstage, right before I went up on stage. I did my show. I came back home and I actually did get tested. And I've actually been tested 3 times. And thank God all of my results have come back negative. And I have to do that because my mother lives here with me, who's 86 years old. So I want to make sure that I'm not bringing anything back to my home where my mother can be potentially impacted. So it's very important to me. So, to see the things that were being said online, and even, some people, they just, when you truly don't understand what's really happening and you weren't there to witness it, when people shouldn't be really saying anything. So that's why I'm glad that I've been able to voice and tell everyone what truly did happen. And yes, I did get tested several times.
George Anthony, you are just a recent victim of the same type of situation where you just finished completing a cancer benefit. There was someone that tested positive for COVID. How do you feel about the results of what has happened on social media with that specific event?
Well, I don't see the stuff that other people are saying about
lost audio events. For him.
I got him. I think I do have him. Yeah.
Okay.
How about now?
I can hear you.
Okay. So I heard that there were people saying that that it was a COVID-stricken event, that and all that crazy stuff. But yeah, other than that, I mean, what can you do about it? I mean, people are entitled to their own opinion, but it's never a good thing when somebody wishes bad upon a promoter and his event by hoping or saying that the event and everyone there had COVID.
But what about you? What precautions are you taking when it comes to testing and all that?
Gotcha. So yeah, no, I wore a mask and all that stuff. I am gonna take a test. Everything has been okay so far. But yeah, I'll take the same precautions that Cynthia takes after a show. So that's what I'll do, and I'll keep doing it every time I'm traveling.
Perfect. So I hope that answers the social media folks, the people that wanted to know about that specific situation on both events. I hope that we can move on now to better topics. I don't want to beat a dead horse. This is not that type of show. But I want to provide factual information coming from the artists themselves, and I want to thank you guys for being courageous enough to give us an answer and not tippy toe around it. I appreciate that. But we're here to celebrate you being number one on CPR's Freestyle Countdown. I take a lot of pride in promoting good quality freestyle music. Our countdown is featured on 105.9 FM, The Rhythm in California. It's also been featured here for almost 30 years on 90.7 FM in Massachusetts. And of course, we have the podcast and all that. But to see a community vote for you and follow you, George Anthony, how does it feel to have this support from this community where people go at others on your behalf?
I mean, it's a great feeling. I mean, I think that's every artist's, dream and goal, to have the fans follow you, to have them singing your songs and stuff like that. So it's always a gratifying, experience when you hear the fans and you can easily put the microphone to the crowd and they're actually singing every single word of your song. So, I think I've reached that goal somewhat, but yeah, the support has been incredible, and I can't thank the fans enough.
Yeah, there's a big GA crowd. I want to follow up with asking you a question. Do you think that the team mentality should go away? Like, because there's a lot of teams, and it just seems like everything is being minimized. So it's like team GA and then team this and team that. Do you think that the team should go away, or what is your opinion on teams?
I think teams are great. Just like there are the Yankees and the Mets and Boston Red Sox, there's a Team GA, Team Cynthia, Team Dreamgirl, Team Vision. There's different teams. You know what I mean? It's not We're not trying to create a division now. If all these teams will just get to work and unite as as the teams, their respective teams, and have that common respect for each other, and we're just working towards that one goal. I mean, to me, it doesn't it is all right to have teams. You know.
Well, how do you think about teams, Cynthia? You have the Dream Girl team. You have a lot of people that follow you. You have a lot of people that stick up for you anytime that somebody says something sideways. How does it feel to have that type of fandom all these years?
I think the best feeling in the world. When I wake up or go to sleep at night and I see a post and I see my fans coming to my defense, that's the best feeling in the world. And I think it holds true to fans knowing their artist and knowing the person that I am. And they know that I don't get involved in any drama online. I don't deal with any of that nonsense. I'm all about being positive and spreading love and being supportive and being a team player and being proactive, that they know I don't get involved in none of that nonsense. And I love when I see my fans coming to my defense. It actually happened yesterday where it wasn't anything negative per se that was said, but someone sort of made a fake page and everyone shouted me messages. We know this isn't you. How dare they? And we're going to report it and we're going to do this for you. And I'm like, yo, that's freaking awesome. I thank you. I love you guys. Thank you. Thank you so much.
That was my next question. There was a post yesterday where there's a person trying to pose as you, Dream Girl with 3 E's, I believe. We know, yeah. I knew immediately it was fake. But I'm a little disappointed that I'm not going to meet you in person. But I'm just kidding.
Well, you're not going to win the $5,000, right? The $5,000 prize.
I did Cash App you. I'm not sure if I'm going to get that back. But anyways, we'll just save it for the next show. These fake pages that are being created, we just have to be more diligent. And I can't wait for the fake GA page. It'll be GAA.
AA.
Now, George Anthony, you were previously being distributed by 418 Freestyle, the George Lamont. Now that it's Overtrack, that the collaboration you did with him, and then you left on your own, and now you're back on 418, but also with Cutlass Music Group. How did that come about? Because that's the $50,000 question. that I cash app Cynthia yesterday, but
no, and when I did Now That It's Over with George Lamont, Gino was very interested in the track. He told me what he was going to be able to do, and he did his thing. It's nothing against Gino that I left after that, but I did all the way. You want to see if you can do things on your own. Nothing against anyone. So it is a lot of work. You do need a team. When people say that they can do everything on their own, that's not true. You know what I mean? I feel like 418 they distribute my music. CMG's my record label. Sal Abatello's my booking agent. Jay Allen's is my producer. It's not. That's just how my team breaks down, and hence why I did the song. You should have told me with Cynthia back with 418.
So every maneuver that you make and every step you take, you really think about it, and you really are methodical with it. It's just that in the public eye, it may look different. It may look like you're jumping from one place to another. People may not understand it. So, I'll leave it to you to explain it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't see it as jumping around. Like I said, everyone has their role. I had somebody doing my merch. It didn't work out. Now I have somebody else doing my merch. That's just how business is. You know what I mean? Shout out to Faith Vogel for putting up the GA merchandise on and all everyone who has purchased my gear. So it's just a business decision, and I have a lawyer who oversees all my contracts and all that stuff. So it's a business at the end of the day, and that's how I look at everything when it comes to music.
I just purchased a GA Depend thongs, real nice. I just
it was 30% off today.
It was 30% off. Yeah, it was nice. It's just because
I don't have that in my inventory.
Yeah, you should get it. It's nice. But yeah, speaking of that, you both have started merchandising, and you guys have unique merchandise. I've seen like GA tights, like a G on one side, the A on the other. You know what I mean? Like the next thing I'm going to see is GA edible underwear. But that's neither here nor there. Yeah. I was going to say something really bad, but I want to keep it PG.
No.
So Cynthia, you too. You have a new shirt. It's called I Keep Reppin' Freestyle, which is a really cool shirt. Very nice.
Yep.
What do you guys get your idea, and why is merchandising so important to both of you?
I mean, it's all about building the brand and trying to take it to another level that can go beyond just performing and putting a face with the name. I've never actually, in the beginning years of my career, I never did any type of merchandising. So I've only been doing this, I think, for the past maybe 3 years, if that, at shows. And it's been going really well. I mean, the fan support, the love has been phenomenal. And I try to incorporate different ideas that'll help me, that'll allow me to give back, especially with the hoodies that say, F cancer, that is going towards one specific thing. The I Stay Reppin' Freestyle is for me to give back to my fans. And that's why I created the whole contest behind it. So that way, when they purchase, hey, I want to give back to you. And that's how I can interact with my fans. But I want to continue building it. I got great ideas coming up, and I'm just going to continue building that brand.
I loved talking to you back, 6 years ago. I always talk about the story how people kept on saying, you got screwed over by your old record label, and you sat there with so much poise, and you corrected that person and said, here I am all these years later, and I'm getting paid, and I'm getting booked 3 times a week, and you corrected them. But
yeah.
You guys are really now seeing the fruits of your labor. So maybe these things happened to you back in the 80s and 90s, but now you guys have taken control of your brand and your merchandise and your shows. So,
right.
it is working out for you now. So, I admire that the way that you controlled yourself that day here in Massachusetts and New England. Probably one of my biggest highlight of my career, how you handle yourself with basically was a troll.
Yeah.
George
Listen,
Anthony.
I could have responded completely different with that question, but you know
Yes.
what? The bottom line, and I've said this several times before, everything happens for a reason. Whether I got screwed over from my label before, whatever the case may be, the bottom line is I'm still doing what I'm doing 30 plus years later. I'm still making my money. For people to go out there and be like, oh, well, you know what, she's not making any money or whatever the case may be. Well, you know what? Here we are during COVID, and no one's making any money, and I've been able to survive. So obviously I've done something right, monetarily wise, and I've known how to manage my money and invest my money and take care of me and my family. So I can't think about what mistakes I made back when I was 17, 18 years old. I can only think about what I'm doing now and what my future holds for me and what I can share with my boys, so that way they know what to do business wise and what they need to do to prepare and save for retirement, 401k, all that stuff that's important.
Yeah, I was joking around. I believe it was with Andre, and I told him, I said, COVID is scared of Cynthia, because you're everywhere, and it's I don't mean to make joke on COVID, but I thought it was hilarious that I mentioned that, because I see you everywhere, and you're traveling, you're doing shows, you're just bossing it around. Same thing with George Anthony. George Anthony is everywhere. One minute he's in New York, the next minute he's in Detroit. I see him in New England, Connecticut, Massachusetts. He's everywhere. And same thing with you. Do you see yourself, George Anthony, enjoying the fruits of your labor now more than you did before? George, you still there?
Yeah. Oh, that question is mine?
I think it was, yes.
Okay, so sorry. Yeah, no, absolutely. No, I mean, listen, part of promoting yourself is traveling to these places and showing face, and I'm pretty much just, yeah. I mean, the song with Cynthia, hopefully will get me on the stage together with her soon, and that's my goal. I want to be able to perform this song for everyone with Cynthia on the stage and make freestyle history.
I wanted for you to be vindictive all these years later, since Johnny O borrowed your song "I Love You" many, many years ago. I wanted you guys to do "Dream Boy, Dream Girl" again together and be vindictive towards him all these years later, right? But is there an opportunity for you guys to work together again and do something together as GA and DG?
Oh, hell yeah. I would love that. And we've actually spoken about it. I mean, I don't think, you should have told me it should be the only project that we're going to do. Like I said, this was his song from inception. I just had the liberty and the pleasure of being on this song. So we're definitely going to work on another track together, without a doubt.
That's what's up. Yeah, and I'm ready whenever you are.
So,
is there
George,
any way I can hear him? Is there any way that I would love to hear what he's saying?
Do you hear her?
I hear her.
Do you hear me, Jay?
Do you have a set of,
I could hear you.
Do you have a set of headphones that you can plug into your computer?
Me?
So
Okay.
yes, like a two-way conversation type of device that'll allow you to listen to both of us at the same time.
Okay, I'll figure this out while we're talking.
I guess I should have told you beforehand.
You should have told me something. Hello.
So George Anthony, you started like with George Lamond, and now Cynthia. Who's next?
I've been talking to a few other legends. You know what I mean? That I like to keep things on the low, secret, because I don't want to jinx myself. But there's some talks with some other legends that I want to do some collaborations with, and maybe some along the road I put out a GA with the Legends album. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think there will be.
That'll be great. Now you've been welcoming a lot of people into your circle, and you know how some of that has bit you in the butt before. Why do you continue to let people into your circle?
To be honest with you, I mean, I give everybody a chance, no matter what, what people say about them and stuff. I like to find things out on my own. And I really don't have any regrets, to be honest, with the people that have come in and out of my life. So I was raised to always help people. I was raised not to throw things in people's face. And I was raised to treat people with respect. So I'll continue to to be the way that I am, and it really doesn't matter. You know what I mean? That as long as my real friends and I know how I am, that's all that really matters, to be honest.
What about you, Cynthia? Do you have a person that you want to work with next, or do you want to continue working with George Anthony? I know I'm putting you on the spot because he's here, but is there anybody else?
Well, that's a no-brainer. Of course, I want to do another song with George Anthony, but I definitely would love to work on another track, another song with my homegirl Sapphire. You know, what better
Yes,
person to bring me the person that brought me into the industry? We did one song together, "Can You Stand the Rain," which was a remake, but I
love
would
that.
love to do another hardcore freestyle track with my girl.
I wish that song would have gone further, and it was released now, because back
Hmm.
then we had all the shows on my radio station wanting a copy of that to play it, because of where it comes from. It's a remake, but the fact that you guys rocked it together and you sounded great, everybody wanted to play it. So it was like freestyle show wanted to play it, the R&B show wanted to play it, even the hip hop show wanted to play it. So it was really cool
Hmm.
when that was released. So I'm hoping that you revisit that, but you also release something new with Sapphire.
Yeah, we're working on something together. We've been speaking to each other. We've revisited, the "Can You Stand the Rain," and hopefully, be able to perform that song as well. I think I'm like the duet queen. I have a lot of duets under my belt, and I love it because I love the collaboration, and that's what it's all about. It's all about teamwork, supporting each other, and collabing with other artists because you vibe off of each other. You get so many great ideas off of each other, and anything is possible.
Willie Valentin has volunteered to produce your next track, Cynthia. So whenever you're
Yes.
ready. Now, a few weeks ago, the reunion of K7 and AB occurred. Uh,
Hmm.
what are your thoughts on that reunion?
Me, I'm happy. I mean, listen, I remember, when Kay started out years ago, and I remember the whole original group and everything. I mean, I remember going to see them at the Devil's Nest the first time, seeing them perform with La India in the group. So that was a very surreal moment for me, and to see that, to witness that, to see the reunion, amazing. I can't wait to see them perform together. So I'm so happy, and I'm happy that they were able to put things aside and make it about what it was when we started, and that's all that matters.
What are your thoughts, GA?
I loved it too. I never knew what the problem was with the group, but I thought that one day I was gonna see like K7, Trey, and Los performing, and I was gonna see 80 Tony and Angel pop up from the back. But I never knew what was up there. You know what I'm saying? But I had a dream about it, like all of them being on the stage at once, because at the end of the day, I mean, you only live once, right? So let bygones be bygones. Let's all just get along, and I think it would have been cool. But like I said, I don't know the problems or the beef or the legalities behind it.
What I wanted to know was just your reaction to the reunion. I'm not here to discuss other means. As a fan, and that's what we are. We're fans of that group.
Yeah.
To me, it was a positive thing. It was something that I loved, and a lot of people loved. And to see them sing classic TKA songs together,
Yeah.
that to us was legendary.
Yeah, that was awesome at the Frankie Cutlass show. It was awesome to watch. It was amazing, by the way.
So I
Yeah.
see that Frankie now is embracing new freestyle, and he's actually putting it on rotation. You're welcome. But how does it feel now to be working with him? And because the George Lamont record opened that door for you, and now Cynthia is very close to him, and now you guys are collaborating together. You're on the Cutlass Music Group. How is that now? Um, oh, you went sideways there for a second, Cynthia.
I
How
did. I did. I was
yeah, yeah.
trying to.
I thought you fell. How does it feel now that now you're now on the Cutlass Music Group and you're on that label? Are your future releases going to be on that label?
So far it looks that way. Frankie's working very hard. Nobody sees the work that this man does behind the scenes. They only see him on Mondays, in his Monday freestyle classics and going on live and all that stuff. But he does put a lot of work in. He
Yeah.
he has a lot of plans. We discussed them, and we discussed future projects. And yeah, I'm glad to be part of the CMG group, and and I only see, you know, things going up from here. You know, but Frankie's a hard worker, and that's the kind of people I want to surround myself with.
Cynthia,
And he's very passionate. He's very passionate about what he does. You know, he feels, look at what he did with the whole TK reunion thing. You know, you can see the passion behind it, the excitement, how he was blowing that up. So, you know, we got to give him props for that, the whole CMG thing that he's doing. And even 418. I mean, look at what 418 and Gino Caporale is doing with the whole resurgence of freestyle music. So I think, I think we got a solid, team with us. And I know GA has a solid team, for his future endeavors with his new releases.
now, why do you continue to be loyal to Frankie? Because that's come into question as well, Cynthia. You guys have been friends for a long time. Love Me Tonight, all these different projects you've done in the past. Just want to get your take on that.
So when you say that question has come into light, meaning from fans or in general?
Yeah, just the community. Because that he's perceived a certain way, right? Like I'm perceived a certain way, and George Anthony and I have a relationship. We're friends, right? And people are like, "Why are you hanging with him?" You know what I mean? So the same thing happens with you.
Yeah.
You are have a relationship with Frankie Cutlass, and they're like, "Why is she hanging with him?" You know,
Right.
so that's.
I think ultimately it comes to this. I think ultimately is I'm in charge of my own camp, meaning I make the decisions of who I want to speak to and not speak to. If I think I'm grown enough to make the decision where if I had some sort of slight beef or whatever with him and we were able to handle it as adults, especially the history that Frankie and I have. I mean, we grew up in the same neighborhood. We've known each other since we were kids. We've seen each other grow in this industry, with his career and my career. So if I'm able to say, and he's able to say, hey, let's get together and let's talk about this as two adults and come to terms and come to means and apologize, what was said or done, then then we can move past what has happened and let's keep it moving and let's get back to business and let's be a family and let's be friends.
Perfect. Now 418 Freestyle, you know that they have been just putting hit after hit after hit. They are a distribution company, but they're also a freestyle label. And George Anthony, you had your track there with George Lamond. Now that it's over, Cynthia, you've also been part of the 418 Freestyle family.
Yes.
Do you guys want to continue working with 418 Freestyle?
I mean, yeah.
I don't see why we wouldn't. Yeah.
Go ahead, Cynthia.
These are things
go G.
These are things that come up on a daily basis because again, people have perceptions, opinions about 418 Freestyle now because they're the most successful distribution company right now, right? And so people take shots. So I go to the top two right now that are on the label, the ones that hold the number one spot on my countdown, and I ask, why would you continue working with Gino at 418?
Gino, for me, he's very transparent. I've sat down in his office. He's shown me how he does what he does for the artist, and everything's very transparent. I've never had doubts about Gino. He's very family oriented, and he's good at what he does. And he's only getting better. So I know he didn't start. I think for when he's been away for 5 years, but now it's really like kicked off, and I want to be a part of that. I want to grow with them, and that's how I feel about being on 418 and all the future stuff that I do, and my works being on 418.
Cynthia, Queen, Dreamgirl.
Yeah, I'm just gonna piggyback what GA said. I mean, Gino has been extremely transparent. I mean, we've seen the work that he's done, the songs that he's released. He's always been about quality music and making it about that and promoting it and because it also it's a reflection of his label and all the hard work that he's putting into it and his team. And I think you said it earlier. I mean, as long as we as artists do our due diligence and know what it is that we're going into contract wise, agreement wise, and we're all on the same page and the same level playing field, then then we have nothing to lose. We all want to grow, we all want to build, and we all want to make money. And that's the truth.
I'm telling you, I'm really suggesting those GA Depend thongs. Really, really nice. And if you have an accident, you just get another pair. You know what I mean? But thank you so much for answering these questions. The community, especially me, I get nagged a lot with a lot of questions behind the scenes. So now that I get to ask you, and we didn't rehearse this. I don't rehearse any of this stuff. But I'm glad that you two are being transparent and you two are sharing your feelings on all the different topics that I brought up today. And Cynthia, as you look at your career and your relationship with Johnny O, he's a little unique of a person. But every time that I see you both together on stage, it's like you guys turn it on. I saw a performance of you two this past weekend, and man, you guys it's like you never left the studio together.
He's electric. When I think of Johnny O, I think of electric energy, passionate, and I haven't seen Johnny O in months. And we went up on stage like we just saw each other the other day, and it was great. And I think Johnny O and I will always have that bond together because that song has done so much for both of our careers. So, we're family. We are truly family. So, it was just so great to see him and to hear his new music. I know he's into his faith and his religion, and his new music sounds really, really good. He's awesome. He's my electric Johnny O, I call him.
Yes. I've seen him perform many times, and even if the club is small, he's gonna run all over that club. And at the end of the night,
without a doubt,
he's gonna be soaking wet, like with sweat.
Yeah.
He's just running around,
He's a pure entertainer, and that's what it's all about. He's a pure entertainer.
Yeah, he got a little Michael Jackson in him. He got, he just running around. He got a little Prince in him. It's just a lot of different 80s. The 80s come back as soon as I see Johnny O perform.
Yeah,
great dude.
I know.
George Anthony, Jay Adams, you keeping him tight on a leash, and is he working on new material?
Yeah, he's actually working on 3 remixes that that need to get done by the end of the week. So that's why he's not here with me. But yeah,
I was gonna invite him, but I'm like, nah.
He's busy. No, Jay Adams is, I always say it, part of the reason why I started doing freestyle again. The guy's a musical genius. His music is unlike any other, in my opinion. And I think Jay Adams and I make great music. And if Jay Adams, one day decides to hang it up, I'll hang it up too. You know what I mean? I've worked with Willie Valentine. He's done so many songs with me, and I'm thankful for Willie Valentine because he's the real reason why George Anthony exists. And then fast forward 15, 20 years when I met Jay Adams, and now I'm working with him. So, and the thing is that Willie Valentine still helps Jay Adams. Jay Adams still helps Willie Valentine. So we're a family. You know what I mean? We're a team, and we help each other out, which is, the wish that I had, that everybody, was the same way, that they would just, no talk and just let's get this music done and give the fans what they deserve. But yeah.
That explains the collaboration between you and Cynthia, because she looks very business oriented. And again, she's very poised, but I know if somebody gets her mad, the Latina is gonna come out.
Spanish Harlem comes out.
That's it. And you know what? Not for nothing, I want to give Willie Valentine a shout out, because I'm sorry, but he killed that TKA track. Killed it. I love that song. I called my cuz. I was like, yo, cuz, that track is sick. Yo, I love it. I love it. I was so proud of just the whole collaboration. You, Willie, Gino, Frankie, the whole team. It was awesome. Yeah, I can't wait to see them perform it.
Yeah, me too. It brought a lot of people together. Frankie and I, don't see eye to eye on a lot of things, but we saw eye to eye on this project. And I think more of the community needs to be that way. The fact that I wasn't too keen. I wasn't too happy with the cancer benefit of last week. But what I did like was the collaboration between artists, the pictures that were being taken without masks of the artists, all of you together, and these black and white photos. I like that collaboration. I like that everybody got together for one cause. I just wish it was in a different time, a time where everything was safe. But I want to see that continue. I also heard today that they want to do mini tours around the United States, and if that comes to fruition, that's great. So I'm hoping that we continue doing those collaborations and putting our differences aside for the betterment of our music. I think that for you, GA, the last 2 years has been just you having to block 1,000 people and try to turn off noise so you're able to work.
Yeah, no, the thing is that, there's really no time for that, to be honest. You don't want fake people in your life. You don't want people that are instigating a situation in your life. You don't want people that are just in it to just, make this music bad. So what you do is, you just press that block button and keep it moving. I mean, that's how I solve it. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. It's simple. I don't mean to hurt nobody's feelings. I just don't like seeing certain things, and I just block it out of my life. That's all. That's all that is.
There's a thing on social media that people think that they're going to win a prize if they get you to block them because they feel that they won something. I'm still waiting for all these prizes. You know what I mean? Like, I'm waiting for you block.
I don't know. I think you would get all the prizes.
Yes, I will get all the prizes. Cynthia admires my posts. She likes
because your posts are hilarious. I'm like, oh damn, he didn't go there. Oh man.
And I'm more than willing to elaborate on my posts. I'm willing to have a conversation on my posts with anyone. And that's the part that earns my respect because I have a point of view and I back it up with facts, and that's what I like about having these conversations here, that I'm able to speak to you directly and you guys come with your facts, and if anybody wants to dispute those, they can, because it came from the person. It came from you, the main source. Right. You can't dispute the main source of something if you get it from the horse's mouth, and I'm not calling you horses at all, but never in a million years would I call you that. So let me ask you, right now, when it comes to new music, Cynthia, what are some of the songs that you've heard recently that you really like? I always put the legend.
I like the TK one.
Yeah, okay.
I like the TK, even though they're legends, but I love that track. I've always loved GA's music. Like I said, when he first came out with You Should Have Told Me, I was like, yo, that song is dope. I love it. I hit him up. I was like, awesome, congratulations. I know. I really love the work that Jenny Renee did on the Stevie B album. I don't. The name is slipping through my head right now, but I love the track.
It's called "It's All Right," and that's an album.
Yes, it's all right. I love that.
It's an album that people have already forgotten.
Well, okay.
And that's sad.
Anyway,
no, I mean, I don't mean it. I don't mean it in a bad way. It's just that freestyle works so fast, right? That you don't get to enjoy things.
I know.
1 minute, and I'm glad that you guys are always in people's faces, right? Because they will forget you too, right? And it's just that you put out a track like the Stevie B album that he released at the beginning of this year had 3 or 4 really great tracks, and some people paid attention, some people didn't. But that Jenny Renee track with Stevie B, "It's All Right," is one of the best.
Yeah, I love that. And I think I also believe that Mia did a really great job with the Judy Torres remake. It took guts to do that. Because that's a Judy Torres track, but she did it. She did a really good job. I would love to hear other songs from her. So definitely gonna check her out. But yeah, I want to hear some more. I'm sure Willie Valentine's got something cooking up his on his sleeves, maybe with his daughter or his wife. I don't know. So we'll see.
What about you, GA? What do you like?
My favorite. Yeah, my favorites is "Dedicate My Love" by Willie Valentine, and not because he's my brother, and it's a great song. I love it. It's always on my playlist. "Destiny" by Jasmine Dennis. You're not gonna like this.
Oh, I forgot that song. I love that song.
I like the
too.
Pluto track, and not because we produced it. Pluto by Henry Vargas.
Can I say something about Pluto real quick? I think that the house versions are really well done. Like
I heard the house versions and I was like, wow, next level stuff.
But the freestyle version, to me, it needed to be different. And I told you about this stuff before. I even told Henry,
Yeah, he performed it in Detroit, and it sounded really good inside the venue, and everybody was rocking to it. He did a great job performing it. Shout outs to Vision and Alba Perez, who we did the event for, and Julio Mena and everybody who participated, Fabian,
Yeah, it was
Mia,
nice.
And Nelson Rego and everybody that was there. And that it was a nice event. But
The
yeah,
Nelson Rego.
Nelson Rego. So yeah, Dedicate My Love, Slipping Through My Hands, Destiny by Jasmine Dennis, and there's a few others. I just can't think of them off the top of my head. And a duet that just came out, You Should Have Told Me, with Cynthia. That's dope.
Now that you got
That's right.
now that you said that, you said Beetlejuice a couple of times, right? The Nelson Rego. What are your opinions on Nelson Rego, George Anthony?
Okay, Nelson, he's a hard-working Portuguese singer, trying to break into the freestyle world. I've heard all of the stuff that he does in Portuguese, and it's pretty dope. You know what I mean? He's trying to break into the freestyle. He's got to continue working until people accept him and all that stuff. And that's all he's doing. He's working hard at it. He doesn't want any handouts. And that's it. His work ethic is dope.
One thing about Nelson Rego, I don't play his music on my show because I have a certain standard for it to be played on my show. It has to have three of the qualities in a music, in a track. Great vocals, great writing, great production. Right? He's a good singer. I'm not saying that he's not, but the other two need to be worked on. But what I will say is that we have programming here that's Portuguese on 90.7 FM, and the Portuguese director of that specific genre of music, he plays Nelson Rego, and he's been playing Nelson Rego for years. He even sent me one of his tracks, and I sent him a note on the track. But they do play him here in New England. I mean, I've been on FM radio for 25 years. Of course, I've heard of Nelson Rego. I mean, I've heard of everybody. It's just I'm waiting for that track. I'm waiting for him to go to finishing school. You know what I mean? To get somebody to write him a great song, get somebody to put him in the studio and put him to the test, and produce something really good for him, something that is going to bring him over the top. But so that's my opinion. I wanted to do that publicly with you here because I know that you appreciate my thoughts. Look at Cynthia; she's all the way in the back like this. She's like, I don't know.
I'm like, let me just think right now. Okay.
She's like, my remote control fell. La peja está robando el parque.
She's like, my battery's dying. I think my battery's dying.
I'm like, oh my God.
It was nice. I said it.
Jose, I wouldn't change anything about you. Okay.
Thank you.
You're 100% real.
You're very unique, CPR.
Oh no, unique.
Yeah,
oh wow.
yeah,
I'm Johnny O now. I'm unique. I gotta go run that way and run this way.
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable. Big shout outs going out to everybody that's online right now. You guys are supposed to be posting your questions for Cynthia and George Anthony, and I'm waiting for you to ask some questions. I mean, you guys answered the questions before I even asked them because we talked about you collaborating again and you performing together, and that's what people want to see. They do want to see that GA and DG performance. So we have to do it here in Springfield. We have to.
Let's make
Definitely.
It happen. I think it'll be dope.
So before I let you go, because I know that we're almost at the time to say goodbye on the show. What are you looking forward most, both of you, when it comes to our genre of music?
Listen.
I'm looking forward to seeing how we can, as a legend, as I'm called, to pass the baton and hear, see new artists and hear the new music and the new style and just embrace it and support it. That's what I'm looking forward to. And more collaborations.
Willie Valentine sent you a math question, George Anthony. What is the square root of 265?
Easy. 16. No, I was kidding. I don't know. No, but yeah, no. I'll piggyback off of Cynthia's answer. It's just now we have a new wave of freestyle, new music, new songs, and I think what every new song, because most of us aren't new artists.
Sorry.
It's okay. Most of us aren't new artists, but we just want to create new classics, and my dream for this genre is for everyone just to just get along and just do music, to be honest with you. And I think we will get a lot further quicker.
I agree. And I want new quality freestyle music. And as long as that's coming out, I will do everything and anything for that artist to play them on a weekly basis, 52 times, 52 weeks out of the year. Cynthia, would you like to say anything to your fans that are here with us on this
I'm
live
watching.
event?
How funny is it? So I switched to my phone so I can hear GA, and I'm still on my laptop, and I'm trying to figure out how to communicate with them. But I tell you, I am so tech dumb that I'm like, how the hell do I get on and talk to you? But
Well,
oh my God, now I just
actual,
maximize it, and I don't even know what I did. But
on
listen,
the stream itself, you can actually type if you wanted to. Yeah.
yeah, I know I'm trying to. It's not working, but anyway. Big shout out to everyone that is on your show tonight. And oh my God, my dogs are out of control.
Not the first time. The last time we were together,
yeah, right.
I was at home editing dog noises. Oh my God, the
Oh my
podcast.
God. I know. But all the fans are amazing. Thanks for everyone for coming on tonight. Always supporting big time. I truly appreciate you 100%. I see Reese on, Heriberto, Peter, Mia's on tonight. Obviously, Willie Valentine, Faith. Faith is your girl, GA. She is a true GA supporter. So mad love to Faith.
She's
Cheryl.
my mod. She's my mod.
I know, that is so awesome. And it's so good to have that support. That's amazing. And that
amazing.
speaks volumes.
Yeah. Yep.
So thank you, everyone.
Yeah, no,
I love and appreciate you.
Faith. I'm gonna go back to Faith and how essential she is to this GA team. She has experience in retail. She's a very smart woman, and most importantly, she's a freestyle head. The way I met Faith was in Asbury Park. I was performing with George Lamont. That was the first time that we did Now That It's Over together. And George Lamont threw his jacket, and out of those 3,000 people that were there, she caught it. She caught George Lamont's jacket.
Wow.
And that's how we met her. And then the rest is history. She's like my family now. I love her, her family, her husband, her kids. I mean, and we go and we see each other every day. So it's not only business, it's a family affair. So yeah, and shout outs before I forget, I want to shout out Cheryl Rodriguez, Willie Valentine, my brother, and hashtag Stronger Together, because that division thing doesn't really work. You could try it, but it just isn't. You're gonna be fighting an uphill battle, and it's gonna be like that for a long time. So yeah, shout outs to Mia, and shout outs again to the people out in Detroit for such a beautiful event with Alba, and I hope that that we do a lot of more events and that I'm able to perform this song with Cynthia sometime soon.
Yeah.
Shout out to Fever Records.
Nice.
Yeah. And I wanted to give a shout out quickly to obviously to my Fever family, of course, Sal Batello and the Fever family. Also to my Erica Roman Foundation. What happened?
They want to see your dog.
They're busy fighting over here. They're busy. They're going around in circles around. It's a miracle you haven't seen them. But
my apologies. Go ahead.
My Erica Roman Foundation family. We're doing so many great things for the foundation and a lot of events coming up. To everyone that has donated to my Making Strides for breast cancer awareness page, thank you so much for that. It's just been truly a blessing to be a part of the foundation. To all the DJs that have supported. I mean, I know CPR, you got the #1 countdown, the only countdown that matters. I got you, boo. But I got to give shout outs to all the DJs that have supported the music. I know Slice, I think Slice is on, DOS. There's so many DJs out there to support, but we're watching you. We appreciate you, we love you, and we thank you very much.
Yeah, the DJs are the cornerstone of promoting good quality freestyle music. I'm not sure what's going to happen here on October 1st. I know that Andre has
October 1st.
Andre has something cooking up, and people are moving to Mixcloud. I'm just hoping that the audience will move with them and support them wherever they go. Tim Spinning Shomer, the greatest of all time, in my opinion. Yeah. For me, he needs to be followed wherever he goes. I don't care if he's on Twitch. I don't care if he goes back to MySpace. I'm following Tim Spinning Shomer. You know what I mean? I wish all the DJs well. I see that there's a crew in Detroit doing some things over there. And I wish them well.
Shout out to Jose Del Valle before I forget, because I see him in there. Jose Del Valle, he's the one who hosted the show. He did an amazing job. So shout out to him. Shout out to my boy DJ Louis of the TDMC DJs and everybody out there. It was just a wonderful time. So shout out to them.
I'm hoping that I can go to Detroit, visit, and get jumped for the things.
No, if you come with me, you don't have a problem. But
Listen,
you gotta make sure you're right next to me at all times.
First of all, I can defend myself. That's the first thing. And second, I saw the Karate Kid Part 1, 2, and 3. I even see wax on, wax off. I know everything. I even bought the Blu-ray for the new one. So
you're watching too much Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai, right? No mercy.
Can you believe that was my crazy last experience in Detroit? Johnny and I were out there, and we were just leaving the club, and something happened. A shootout broke out. And me and Johnny go running, and we're running to the bushes, and we're like, we need to hide. It was crazy, but that was my experience, my last experience in Detroit.
So did you jump onto the highways of love in Detroit?
Ching.
Freestyle punt. I want to thank you both for joining me here tonight.
God.
I want to thank everyone that has joined us here to celebrate the number one song in all of freestyle right now, according to you, the fans who voted, and according to CPR's Freestyle Countdown, the only countdown that matters. We are live every Friday at 105.9 FM, The Rhythm in California. That's 7 PST. And in New England, we're at 90.7 FM WTCC at 10 o'clock EST. And of course, the CPR's Clubhouse podcast. Go to cprsmusic.com and subscribe. And again, big shout outs go out to everyone who's trying to do positive things for our music and keep it going. And everyone that's coming out with great content. You may not get your song played on my show, but eventually, the more you put songs out and the more the quality elevates, you just might get one on there. You know what I mean? It took some people a long time. Not Cynthia. Cynthia, she could sing the alphabet. She could sing the Yellow Pages. Same thing with George Anthony. I think George Anthony can sing the Yellow Pages or the Chinese menu and stuff. Poor fried rice.
Yes.
Right? People will be like, number one.
Hey, I got two things to say. Lesson learned. I love that line. And a big shout out to all my peeps in Chicago.
Can I tell you a story about that? The original lyrics was live and learn. Live and learn. My brother called me and he says, why are you saying live and learn? It should be lesson learned. I had to record those vocals at home and send them to Jay Adams. I said, yo, we have to change it to lesson learned. So that's
I love that line.
Live and learn. Wow, I'm so glad that we changed it.
Well, big shout outs go down to your brother, your twin. He did a great job. He was thinking for you. He was like, no, así no es. You got to do this.
He hit me up. He's like, Cynthia hasn't accepted my friend request.
One the twin powers activate.
Absolutely. And big shout outs going out to La Jefa, the Jefa of the house.
Is she on here?
I haven't seen her yet, but hopefully in the future we get to have dinner again. I love spending time with you guys.
She's the best.
And it's genuine love. You know what I mean? Big shout outs go out to Jay Adams, you little bastard. That's listen.
And shout out to everybody doing positive, great music. Let's take this.
Jay Adams and I. Oh, look at the dog. I'm gonna bring mine in a minute.
Hi, Layla.
Have a dog.
Beautiful.
So again, thank you so much for joining us. I know that I've said goodbye 4 or 5 times, but you know how Latinos are, right? Every time that you tell them be there at 9 o'clock, they show up at 10. And now it's time to sign off because I don't want to, overrun that 1 hour. And now they're coming in. So now you got to watch the replay.
Oh, and I was punctual. I just want to say I was punctual, GA.
Dreamgirl Cynthia was here 10 minutes out.
She is.
And by the way,
oh my God,
I was talking about this before you go. She can't take a bad picture or video anywhere. Like it's like Barney Stinson. It's like Barney Stinson from How I Met Your Mother. There's an episode on there where he can never take a bad picture. He'll be running around and take a picture. He comes out perfectly. She does that. That video you did last week for
you got to be ready to pose. You got to be like
like that. So I find that hilarious how you never There's not. Find a bad Cynthia picture, and I'll pay you for it. There is no bad picture of Cynthia anywhere around the world.
Thank you.
That's why they call her
you.
the Dream Girl. But George Anthony, good luck on your future endeavors.
Thank you, Cynthia.
Cynthia, I can't wait to see you back on stage, and I'm hoping that we get that Cynthia and George Anthony live in Springfield, Massachusetts at Club Aquarius. One more time, doing You Should Have Told Me the remix and just blowing the roof off the place.
I hope so too.
I can't wait. Thank you so much. GA, love you.
Love you
CPR,
too, Sid.
love you. The number one
Love you,
freestyle
bro.
countdown that matters, baby.
You
Thank
already
you.
know.
You.
You know the rest.
Bye-bye.
Later.
Bye.